Shadow stream number 6. I'm super excited. Sorry for the delay in getting things ready to go, but it took a while to get things set up. So here, let's start with some hype music to get things kicked off. Here we go. This is all about retro gaming. You can probably see behind me if I move out of the way. You can see my
Shadow
big container
I'm
of
super
retro
excited.
game
Sorry
stuff.
for the delay in getting things ready to.
So, should be exciting. Okay, so refresh if you are not seeing live. I'm all dressed up. I kind of left my my work clothes on. I actually didn't have time to change, so I was like, you know what? Let's just keep the shirt and tie on. Why not? So, anyway, I'm really excited for this. Obviously, this is all about retro gaming tonight. So we're gonna be playing all sorts of older games. Yeah, you can see I have my big container back here full of all Super Nintendo, we have N64, and we have some NES games too on the lineup for tonight. Oh, jeez, so many cartridges. Dropping them everywhere. Cartridges! Remember the good old days of cartridges? Gosh. Alright, so, anyway. We're going to be all going with the retro stuff, which is going to be a lot of fun. Now, one thing I want to, and we got a new layout too because we're dealing with some retro games. So we're dealing with a different aspect ratio, 4:3, so I have to go with a different layout rather than the widescreen layout. So again, I'm really excited. You can already see that my first game is going to be Star Fox 64, but in fact, I'm going to be doing something else first. But first, of course, we're joined by Cliff, the stream mascot. He's right over here. He's on my little table next to me this time because all my old gaming stuff is causing a big mess back there. So here's Cliff. Cliff, the stream mascot, always here, the Robin Amiibo. Thank you, everyone. Good to see everyone. Trying to look as sharp as I can for the stream. This is what I wear pretty much every day to work. So let's see who's here. I gotta pop out the chat so it doesn't look like I'm just looking at nothing here. Okay, here we go. So, oh my gosh, good to see everybody. It's always, it's so great. I really love that you guys tune in for this. I am so excited to put this on for you. So it should be a lot of fun. We have Joshua, of course. 1012020. We have Anthony Blaylock. Thank you so much for the suit compliment. Oh, we have Super Nuclear Bros and a font that's hard to read. Good to see you. We have Clavis Gavin. I don't know. Sorry for the pronunciation. But anyway, we have Kim joining in. It's so great. We have Salas09. Everybody's here. The whole crew. VS Wolf 777. Oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be a great time. Now, one thing I do want to say before we get started, for anyone who wants to potentially play along, or with some Super Mario Maker, because even though Super Mario Maker, and we have more people, CC Corn 7722, we have Crazy DK 96A, which is great. Got to, of course, give shout outs to everyone. Lego Master 719, thank you so much for tuning in. So, Mario Maker, not exactly a retro game, but for anyone interested in tuning in, or in playing one of my newly created courses, then you can play it using the following ID. Let me just type it to you quickly. Whoops. There we go. This is probably the hardest Mario Maker course that I've made so far. So if you didn't see if you didn't think they were hard before, this one might just kick your butt. But it's definitely possible, and it took a lot of careful planning to make it very hard, but also seem like a fair challenge. In fact, this course probably took a good about 6 hours to make, so it was quite a process to put that one together. But that's a fun course. If you want to play it on Super Mario Maker, you're more than welcome to. 19 Penguin Prince is here. So, without any further ado, you guys are probably dying to see some retro games. So, we can get right into it right now. So I'd like to play, I know you guys are excited to play some Star Fox 64. I know you're seeing it on the Twitch stream title, and I know you want, I've been in a big Star Fox mood lately, but if we're going to play a retro gaming stream, we have to do it right. And we have to start off with a true retro game. So, you know what? We're not going to start out with Star Fox 64. We're going to start out with a true retro game. A game that pretty much defines the retro genre, and it's a remake of Frogger. I actually did this as a one-off on my channel back in the day. This is an old Super Nintendo game, of course. Though it was a port for Super Nintendo, it was originally an Atari game and an arcade game. So I figured if we're going to play a retro gaming night, we have to start with a true retro game. So let's start with our old friend Frogger. Literally just a port of Frogger with updated graphics and some sounds, which is pretty cool. Actually, I think I can play by looking straight at the screen. I don't think there's any delay here. No, there's not, which is great. So I can actually look at you. and not like I'm looking at the ceiling. There is no delay in using the dazzle here. So talk about talk about retro right now, playing some Frogger for stream. How about that? Getting a little preview, or maybe Slippy's day job before he took over for Star Fox there. Let's see how far I can get in Frogger. Notice, it's so simplistic. No music, no nothing. This game pretty much, when I think of retro games, it's Frogger, it's Pac-Man, it's Super Mario Brothers. It's games like these that pretty much defined video gaming as we know it today. So I figured, how could we not play a true retro game on Retro Gaming Night? Let's see how far we can get. At least get past the first stage in Frogger, because that would be kind of embarrassing if we couldn't at least get past the first stage. Now, it's so funny. I actually haven't found anyone else with this Super Nintendo port. I don't know how common it is. I've had this game forever, for like as long as I can remember. And my friends and I used to play it all the time after school. We found it super addicting. That's the thing. We wouldn't like go home and be like, "Oh, I'm excited to play Frogger." You know, it wouldn't get you hyped like that. But it's one of those games it's arcade style. It's super addicting, and just to see how far you can get, I don't know. It's a classic. It's an absolute classic. So anyway, I'm gonna be playing. Oh no, gotta get off the turtles. We gotta watch out for bay gators. All those little alligators up in the top there can kill poor Frogger. So let's see how far. Let's see if my Frogger skills still hold up. That's the thing. That's what I'm most curious about. So far, doing so good. I kind of did. Oh no, I was gonna go for that last one. I kind of suicided into the wall once, twice. Suicided into the wall twice. But let's see how this goes. Nope, completely mistimed that. Okay. I'd at least like to get past level 2. That would be great. I mean, getting past level 1 was the ultimate goal, so I didn't totally embarrass myself. But getting past level 2 would be really, really cool. So I have a wide variety of games for you tonight, as you might expect from a retro gaming night. I have probably like 6 or 7 titles lined up that I do want to play tonight. And if we don't get to all of them, then we'll probably play them next time. And if we have extra time, then we can just improvise and pick a game at random and start it. Now, what I really wanted to do for this, the purpose of retro gaming, is kind of just that. I really was designing this to be a sampling of a bunch of different retro games that I'm sure you've played in the past. So rather than play some long games like Super Mario RPG or Zelda or anything like that, I'm not going to delve into an old Final Fantasy game or anything like that. Oh, no! Okay. Oh, I got to get through level 2. But rather than do that, I'm just going to play a lot of maybe arcade-y style games or games like one-off sessions. Like Star Fox kind of fits that bill very well. It's a game that you could play. Oh, that gator needs to move. Okay, there we go. Good. On to level 3. Oh, man. I forget how far I've ever made it in this game. I think I made it to about the 4th stage or so. You can see there's new cars here, a new traffic pattern on level 3. We have alligators actually in the water now, so we obviously can't hit those. Oh boy. Okay. This actually gets your blood pumping more so than you might think. You look at this, I gotta really actually concentrate here. And games of the old, like, they took some serious skill. I think I can vouch for this because I have a lot of students in my classes that play video games, and I think a lot of gamers are used to the commodities that we have today as modern gamers. Now, I'm not saying that it's good or bad, or that gamers are being babied too much, which may or may not be true. But things like checkpoints, things like save states, things like continues, oh geez, things like a reasonable amount of lives. Actually got an extra life somehow. I think by getting 10,000 points. So I'm actually kind of lucky here. I can just kill myself in the water. Oh well, that didn't make it very far. I don't know who any of these people are. So whatever. We finished Frogger. I had to do an old school game. Talk about an old school game. Let's get started with Star Fox. Here we go. Enough of that. Enough of that old school. That is super old school. But you have to remember that developers kind of made games super hard like that, like Mega Man. Think of the old school Mega Man games. Those are super hard games. I don't think anybody would deny that. But they were made super hard because of development limitations, because they didn't have enough memory to program a lot of levels, or they didn't have a lot of they didn't have all these different resources to make all these fancy graphics and improved physics and things like that. So they kind of just had to deal with what they got. But and they had to make levels super hard to extend the gameplay time. So in any case, we're going to be playing some Star Fox 64. I think I mentioned I've been on a pretty big Star Fox binge because I've been playing Star Fox 64 3D, which is awesome. I downloaded that, by the way, from Club Nintendo. using the Club Nintendo rewards. I got my gold N64 controller, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time limited edition gold controller. So anyway, this is really exciting. But we're going to play some Star Fox 64. Let me see if I can shuffle things a little out of the way here so that we can get better views of the screen. It's actually pretty nice that there is absolutely no delay between what's on my computer screen and what is on the TV. So I actually don't have to look up in the air. I can actually look just right at my computer screen, which is pretty great. So that's pretty awesome. I think we may have just gotten quality options, so we're going to play some Star Fox 64. You may need to refresh if you have not done so already. Where's the chat? I just popped out the chat. Hey, someone joining the 41 Alliance. Thank you so much for joining the 41 Alliance. And let's get going. Is there game sound in the stream? Is there game sound in the stream? It says there might be no game sound in the stream. Let me make sure. Oh, maybe not. Oh, because there is no game sound in the stream. Hold on one second. Why is there no audio in the stream, is there? because it's not picking up any audio. Hold on. I'm going to pause for a moment, and then I will come back with hopefully